Hi YouTube, Jonas from Sweden here, back from the US. Give you just a quick update of how my trip was, and yeah, just some reason why I don't find. I'm not gonna show you every single record I bought when I were in the States, cause I bought like 40 records or something like that. They all fitted in my hand luggage, you know, that you bring on the plane. On the plane, so I got them here in pretty, you know, decent shape. They weren't dented or something like that. So that was really good. And I also bought a bunch of DVDs and CDs, music related. Yeah, but I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm going to show you some of them, but I'm really eager to go back to the, you know, to the BC. It's been a killer to not putting out any videos or not listening to vinyl or even been able to watch videos for 2 weeks now, because there weren't any free Wi-Fi on the hotel room, so you had to go down to the reception to get the free Wi-Fi, and you know, I'm too cheap to buy the Wi-Fi on the room, so. But it was kind of nice, you know, not having internet for almost not having internet for 2 weeks. You know, sometimes you just need to have a pause from that world as well. I did have my phone with me because I got my own company and got people relying on me so they could get a hold of me. But yeah, New York was really great. You know, we said that we were gonna take like day trips to other cities, but you know, there weren't any time. And as a friend of me said, he said, what did you do? Why didn't you do this and that and that? And I said, like, you know, it was New York, you know, you couldn't do anything because there weren't any time. It's so big and there's so much to do that we were going to New Jersey, but we hadn't time for that. We said we were going to Washington, but we didn't do that. We just like, we spent 12 days at Manhattan, really. And I went with my girlfriend and my mom, because it was my mom's 50th birthday, and we celebrated that in New York. She always wanted to go to New York. So she invited us. And we stayed there. We stayed at the Hilton, New York, and that's in Midtown Manhattan. And we didn't know it at the time, but when we came there, we noticed there was a lot of police, and we just thought that yeah, it's a lot of policemen in New York. But it was the UN meeting, the big UN meeting. So we had Barack Obama staying at the hotel next to us. We had the Iraqian, I don't know what it was, political, you know, I don't know if they got a president there or whatever, but the Iraqi people were staying at our hotel. And just behind us, the Sheraton Hotel, where the hotel that Bill Clinton was staying at. So we had a bunch of celebrities around us, and highly, you know, guarded by police and security, you know, staff, yada. And you know, we did all the, you know, the main attractions that you want to see, you know, the Empire State Building and Rockefeller Center and MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, and we went with the you know, free cruise to see the Statue of Liberty, and we went to Wall Street and so on. But you know, my mom loves to shop, so we shopped a lot. And I had a bunch of money that I've been saving for the last year or something like that. So I bought a lot of stuff, mostly clothes, but you know, 40 records and 20 DVDs talks for itself, I think, or speaks for itself. We had a really great time. It was the best trip I've ever done. I've been to Thailand. I did a backpacking trip for a month there a couple of years ago. We also did a backpacking trip in the UK or Great Britain. We visited England and Scotland for 3 weeks, me and my girlfriend. But this was like, you know, something else, you know, just Hilton, staying at Hilton with all the service there and the kind people, you know, that was worth the trip. But New York is just such a great place, and I understand people that don't like it. You know, it's one of the biggest cities in the world, and it's so crowded and so noisy. And even me, I like big cities, but after like 10 days or something like that, you just can't stand all the noise. you know, they say that New York is the city that never sleeps, but I think that it's the city that never shuts up. You know, it's always such big noise everywhere, taxis and people and everything. So it was very nice to come home as well. But enough of that. I posted some records to Derek and LJ when I was there, because the postage was pretty cheap. And I saw they got their records, and I'm really pleased that they enjoyed them. I sent some CDs and some records that I had. So that's nice. It's the first time that I'm, you know, sharing music by mail. So it was nice having that experience as well. But I'm gonna show you some records, and I'm gonna show you like 3 records that I bought, because I have some records that I bought just before I went, and I want to show you them first. And as usual, I'm not gonna show you the records that I bought until I listen to them. So I'm gonna, you know, bulk them up or package them when I've listened to them and do recent vinyl finds when I do. And I got, you know, I probably got like 30 or 40 records that I got before I went, and now I got 40 more, so I'm gonna have a lot to do. But there's a user, the name slips my mind, but there's a user that did this, you know, 1 record a day thing, where he said that he's not gonna buy any records in 30 days. He's just gonna listen to the ones he got and do a review every day. And I'm really thinking about doing that starting the 1st of October, and just have a month where I don't buy anything, because it's been ridiculous at my bank account, you know. I've been, you know, spending so much money on records lately. It's insane. So I think I'm gonna do that, but I haven't made my mind up yet, because I'm so busy and I don't know if I can make 1 record review a day. Listening to them I can, but you know, just talking about them and talking in depth about them is really hard for me. So, but I'm thinking about it, so I don't know. But here's the records that I bought before. I bought this on a record fair. This is Duane Allman's Anthology, and I've been really interested about Duane Allman for a while now, because, you know, it's tragic what happened to him and what happened to Allman Brothers with the other death. For you that don't know, I think all of you know, but Duane Allman died in a motorcycle accident. He crashed with a truck just outside his house or something like that, down the street. And he died very young, but he's always been like noticed for being one of the world's best guitar players, even as he died young, you know. And Hendrix did that too, yeah, I know. But I really love his guitar playing, and he's been playing on so many good artists' records, so it's hard not to, you know, notice him. And I haven't listened to all of these 2 LP sets, all of the tracks, but you know, I've heard most of them before, and you know, it's great. If you find this for a decent price, don't hesitate, just buy it. But this I was really excited to find at the record fair. This is Crazy Horse debut album. Crazy Horse, the background musicians for Neil Young, even if they or him don't like to be called that, you know. The Crazy Horse stands on their own 2 feet, you know, or 4 feet, you know, horse. But I've been looking for a decent copy of this for so long, and I've seen it, but I haven't picked it up because I wanted a mint, you know, nearly mint copy. Can't say mint, you know. Fred, he told us that can't say mint if it's not in the plastic. But really pleased to find it, and I got it for a pretty good price, you know. I think I paid like $10 or $15 or something like that, but it's really in really good condition. And you know, I keep reading the Neil Young book. Had it on with me on my vacation, so I finally got to half of it, a little more than half of it. It's a pretty thick book, and I'm a slow reader, you know. So next one, Rush, All the World's a Stage, their first live album, I think, 2 LP set, and this was before Moving Pictures, I think. And really good, you know. But I said before, I have a little problem listening to live records. I don't know why. There's some of them that I really love, but there's some of them I can't stand. And you know, but a good LP. Got it for a good price, so I'm happy. This one I've been looking for so long. Rust Never Sleeps by Neil Young and Crazy Horse. This was the last Neil Young record that I really needed in my collection, you know, and wanted. And this is in such good condition, and it's got the I don't know what you call that. And I got it for a ridiculously good price, like only a couple of dollars. So really good. So really happy with that. So that was the ones that I bought before I went to the US. And here's some albums that I picked up in the US. And I'm gonna talk more about, you know, how I thought when I shopped there. But I don't have the time right now. I'm gonna do that later. But I picked up a copy of Mr. Tambourine Man by the Byrds. I wanted this for so long. This is, I think it's Sunday's reissue with, it's the mono copy. Really pleased with this. The sound wasn't quite as good as I hoped it to be, but nice one to have in the collection. Really pleased with that. Another record I've been looking for so long, and this was the first one I listened to when I came home yesterday. It's Lark's Tongue by King Crimson. Lark's Tongue in Aspic by King Crimson, and this was the last like King Crimson that I really wanted. So really nice to have in my collection. And I don't know if you see, but the cover is a little water damaged, but it's like you know, mint minus. The seller described it like mint minus the record. So I don't know if you got any tips about how to get the bubbly cover straight again. I'm thinking of like spraying it a little bit with water and then let it like dry with books on it for a couple of days just to get it straight. But I don't know if I'm gonna hurt it more than, you know. So if you got any tips about that, I'm grateful. But in other case, you know, great price. I paid $8 I think for this, and it's in great condition, so I'm really pleased. And it's on Atlantic, not Island Records. 12 minutes, fuck. Got 2 records. Laura Nyro, New York Tenenberry. I've been looking for this for so long. Paid $8 for it. In very good condition. The record's in very good condition, but it has some scuff marks. And I just went out strolling one night in New York, and there was this like homeless person selling books and a couple of records I noticed. And I bought some records of him. He's not homeless, obviously. But I found another copy, and this copy was in better shape. And I think it's like American and UK press, because they're different. The one of them is on Columbia, and one's in CBS or something like that. So really pleased with that. But I've been looking for this for so long, and it's impossible to find here in Sweden. And Mick Åkerfeldt from Opeth recommended this in his radio show. So you know, I think I paid like $10 with the 2 combined. And I got a copy of Led Zeppelin. And I thought like, finally, I got a good copy for a good price. Got some scuff marks and stuff like that. But you know, I gave it a chance, $2. And when I came home, I noticed that it was, you know, beat up to crazy. And I tried to listen to it, but it sounds horrible. So this is like, I'm gonna throw this away probably. I don't know what to do with it. It's useless. So that's a pity. But you know, $2. What the hell. So that's my update. The records that I got, and yeah, I'm back. You know. So I noticed some threads. I haven't seen the originals, but I've seen that people been, you know, responding to a couple of threads. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a lot of videos probably, cause I'm really anxious to get out on the VC again. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.